you talked a little bit about addiction. When I was growing up, that cousin that passed away, unfortunately, his mom was addicted to crack
Mm,
cocaine.
mm.
And I remember having to experience that because he was the person that I hung out with every day. And sometimes she would get violent. And I remember having to leave, like she would send me away. And I would always pray for him
Mm, mm,
and
mm.
for protection and pray for her to be healed.
Yeah, that was a weird period, especially in our communities.
Yeah.
They put so much crack.
Yep.
And but they did that with heroin before the crack.
Yeah. I guess it didn't work.
It didn't work, but the crack uh addicted you immediately though,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. And I
So,
got to witness that. I even, you know, one of my uncles, unfortunately, I got to see him cook crack cocaine.
yeah, we did that. That's how we
And
made them rocks.
and you know what's so crazy? That is what inspired my sort of interest in science.
I'm
That's
sorry. I'm
that's
not really
no
laughing,
really.
but I
That's
am laughing.
that's how I fell in
No
love
way.
with
No way.
chemistry.
No.
I went to school. I had a teacher. His name was Mr. Barnhill. He knew everything about chemistry. I'm in the class and I'm like trying to figure out how did he take this powder and turn it into a crystal form. So I went and asked the teacher. He told me.
He told you?
He
He
told
told
me.
you.
And when he told me,
Oh
I was
my
like, and
gosh.
so that's science that they're doing. And he said, well, I won't call it
Well,
science. I was
well,
like,
it
well, it
was
sounds
though.
like
It
science.
was.
And so I said, I want to know more about this. That's how I got interested in chemistry. It sure was.
That's really pretty funny.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny about addiction? Because especially in the 80s and the
Oof,
90s, like it was everywhere.
it
I mean,
was.
it was like you were watching these zombies walk everywhere. I remember a friend of mine
Oh,
getting addicted to crack cocaine, and I walked up on him. This is somebody I grew up with, and I tapped his shoulder, and he looked at me and
he
didn't
didn't
know who
even
I
know
was.
you.
He didn't even. So I got to witness it in so many different forms. And today it's a little bit different because like you don't necessarily see it as affluent anymore, but the new addiction is food.
Oh
And
my
so what
God.
I see now is, especially in our neighborhoods, you know, you go in our neighborhoods, you rarely can find a healthy food restaurant.
It's true.
You go in our
You can
neighborhoods,
almost go in any neighborhood now.
yeah,
We eat like crap.
we eat like crap,
Yeah,
and
we do.
and the food that we eat is chemicals.
Oh my
It is a
gosh.
chemical soup that keeps us addicted to it, and that
So
food is what leads
mm-mm.
us to essentially all of our assassinators. Our largest assassinators are
There
diabetes,
he is.
heart
That's
disease,
it.
cancer, autoimmune conditions, and we lead the category
You
in
are
all of them.
speaking so much truth.
Yeah, and so what would you compare? How would you compare? Because I always parallel those two. How do you compare like the addiction we have now, which is socially accepted, to back then? It was all about drugs.
Wow, that's a good question. Well, first of all, I'm gonna put it like this. Wow, it's a good question.
Take your time.
Um, you know, I was I guess I can say I was very, very blessed that I wasn't stubborn. You understand what I'm saying? And that by learning what I began to learn, I started feeling empowered to share.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yes.
just wanted, well, because when you're a brand new vegan, you kind of get on people's nerves because
Yep.
you're not, you all in their plate. You don't need to,
Food
yeah,
police.
yeah, food police. You got to learn how to calm yourself down from that.
Yeah.
But I am so very blessed that I met this man and that I got this information because I can only imagine where I would have been when you talk about all those illnesses. And I mean, I was very sick as a
Yeah, you
child,
mentioned that.
very sick. But man, I look at us right now and and when I said all communities, we're overweight and let me just talk about America.
Yeah.
We're massively overweight
Yep.
and we're seriously sick and we're ignorant. That is That right there kills it all. When
Yeah.
you don't know what you're supposed to eat or how you're supposed to eat it. You don't know who's handling your food
And don't
and
care.
what they're doing with your food. Well, you don't know that you're supposed to know.
Yeah, true. True. Very true.
When you start studying and learning that the people that are handling cows, chicken, pigs, fish, they're only trying to make money.
Right.
They don't really give a crap about you. They're going to make the money that they're supposed to make. The pharmaceutical companies own the medical industry, period.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
And so everybody's going to make money off of your ignorance.
Yep.
And you can be so ignorant that you're combative.
Yep.
You don't even know what you're talking about, but you will attack somebody that is trying to share information with you. Yeah. I did a podcast with Jillian Berry. She's a raw foodist.
Yeah.
And she posted a clip, and I said, I don't have the gear to jump on top of a cow, tear it apart, and just eat it on the spot.
Right.
A cow is not my diet. Oh my gosh.
Everybody went in.
They attacked me. They said I was a clown. They said I was stupid, dumb. They talked about my breast implants. They called me, the last thing they said, shut up, lil nigga. And that was when I was like, okay, it is time to, I had to start, I had to go through and delete and block and to protect myself.
Right.
And I said, wow, if they had listened to the entire interview, they would have heard me address my breast implants. But no, they took that one clip.
Yep.
And because I said something negative about eating animal flesh, they went
Negative
nuts.
or true? Negative or true? You said something true about it.
I said something very true.
Yeah.
They took me back to prehistoric times.
Yeah.
They said we invented tools. That's what makes it okay. The Bible said you could eat meat. The Bible also says you shouldn't eat meat. So come on now.
Right.
The Bible is a book of allegories.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right.
So I say all that to say I can only share with people, know why you need to do what it is you need to do.
Yes.
You learn that for yourself. Nobody is going to get up at 2:00 in the morning for me, get themselves ready to go to the gym for 2 hours, go to work for 5 or 6 hours. Nobody is going to do that for me but me.
Right.
So taking care of you is your responsibility.
Right.
It really is. And learning what you're ingesting. They are doing so much crap to these animals, and we're getting concentrated levels of it every time we ingest it.
Right.
We're making ourselves sicker and sicker and sicker. We're so fat.
Yep. 75% of the American population overweight or obese.
So fat. And then why are we the only species that needs to medicate after we eat?
Yeah.
I got to take Tums because I get acid reflux. Well, why do you get acid reflux?
Right.
You're miscombining your food. You're eating improperly. But if I hadn't read those books, I wouldn't know that.
Right.
So it's my responsibility to learn about me.
Right. 100%.
100%.
Take ownership.
Take ownership.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I'm loving life. I'm living my best life right now.
I see it.
Because to me, longevity, what they used to say, longevity has its place.
Right.
But there's nothing better than quality.
Right.
If I want to get down right now and do an 8-minute plank, I can do that plank right now.
Right.
But
in your 70s.
Thank you. I had to get myself ready to do that after coming from where I came from.
Exactly.
So we can use excuses. Well, I was this way and I was that way. Each and every moment, you have the opportunity to change.
Right.
To be a better you. Each and every second.
Yep.
each and every second. If I'm crying one second, I can laugh the next because I can make myself laugh the next moment. I only have that time guaranteed to me. No other time is guaranteed. Only right this minute.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you start this journey where you're now discovering the healing powers of food. Food is medicine.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing is now you have an accountability partner
Yes.
to go along with you
Yes.
with this journey.
And he was a hot mess.
Yeah.
I remember one time trying to make some oatmeal cookies, and we had a food truck. We were on Agape Spiritual Center, and I'm like, "Can you just run and get me some oatmeal? I'm all out
Dr.
of
Michael
oatmeal."
Beckwith.
Michael Beckwith.
Yeah.
And he was like, I said, you can just go get me some regular oatmeal. He said, "Is it organic?" And I said, "Dude, it's just for one time. I'm just making cookies." He said he drove all the way to the one store that we knew sold organic oats in bulk and brought I felt like, cause I was getting ready to go on and get some of that,
It sounds like
that
me.
stuff in the red, white, and blue box, that round. Hey, y'all wasn't getting no organic oats with me, but he made me take responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.